meet the next magician taking on Penn and Teller.
Hi, I'm Thomas Solomon. I made my name in magic as an escape artist. I can escape from pretty much anything. I got so good at it, I challenged my audience to bring in any handcuffs they wanted. The deal was, if I can get out of them, I get to keep them. Now I've got a collection of over 1,000 handcuffs. Like a lot of magicians, I fell in love with the artistry of magic as a kid. Although for me, it was a little more of a challenge. My parents weren't in favor of me pursuing it as a career, so I left home. I moved to New York at 20 years old with nothing and slept on the streets, all for the chance to follow my passion. In my opinion, you cannot be a great escape artist without being a great magician. So I'm doing something very different tonight. And with any luck, I'll escape with a trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Thomas Solomon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Penn, Teller. Our entire physical world is built from simple geometric shapes. For example, if you were to step outside the Penn and Teller Theater onto the glamorous Las Vegas Strip, you would notice some of these geometric shapes. In architecture, automobiles, even the jewelry that we wear, all tangible objects that can be broken down into simple geometric shapes. Now, as we all know, there exist three basic shapes. There is the square, a symbol of stability and order. There is the circle, a symbol of energy and freedom of movement. Finally, there is the triangle. It's three sides, a symbol of our past, present, and future. And it is the past, present, and future that will be on display here today. But besides the three dimensions of these geometric shapes, there is the fourth dimension, defined as the backwards and forwards movement of an object in time. Watch. If I were to cover the ball with a cone in the world of the fourth dimension, the ball disappears and travels backwards in time just a few seconds to where it all began. Here, in my pocket. How cool is that? Of course, the three-dimensional world is equally astonishing. It allows you to do some amazing things, like I can pull one solid right through another solid. Of course, if I were to place the white ball back into my pocket, I could employ the fourth dimension so that it travels back underneath the cone. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth dimension is the backwards and forwards movement of an object in time, just a few seconds, to where it all began, here, in my pocket. Of course, the three-dimensional world is equally astonishing. It allows you to do some amazing things, like I can place the white ball on top of the cone and then push it through the apex of the cone. Likewise, I can cover the white ball with a cone and then transform it from the bottom of the cone over here to my elbow, and from my elbow I can place it into my pocket, and from my pocket I can employ the fourth dimension so that it travels back underneath the cone. Isn't the fourth dimension amazing? You know, all of this backwards and forwards movement of an object in time can be a little, well, confusing. And you might have been watching the white ball very closely when in reality you should have been watching the red ball. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The red ball is an illusion. It doesn't exist. It's a red herring, if you will, meant to distract you. You see, instead of watching the red ball, you should have been watching the white ball. And the white ball is not underneath the cone. No, that is over here inside of my pocket. You know, people ask me all the time in relation to this illusion, is it possible to combine the second, third, and fourth dimension all at once? The answer to that is a resounding yes. If I place the white ball on top of the cone and then I cover the white ball with the handkerchief. Now, it is incumbent upon you, Penn and Teller, to keep your eyes right here on the white ball. I'll twist the bottom of the handkerchief so that there is no way for the ball to escape. Yet with a little bit of magic, the ball goes not through the bottom of the handkerchief, but actually rises right through the top. A solid right through another solid. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the story of the fourth dimension and the transference of an object, in this case, the ball, backwards and forwards through the fourth dimension to where it's all ending, here, underneath the cone. And there you have the story of the fourth dimension, as told through the magic of the ball and the cone. Thank you.
Thomas Solomon! So while they try to figure out this trick, I would love to hear about your most daring escapes.
Anytime you do water escapes, they are by their very nature daring. I've done things where I'm jumping off a retaining wall, handcuffed into the river, so it's quite dramatic, it's quite dangerous, and I would hazard a guess that every one of them in their own way is daring.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
Well, I've been doing it most of my life. I mean, since I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. And, it's all about creating the illusion you're risking your life.
But even using magic, wasn't the first time you went into the water really scary?
Oh, very much so. You can prepare for months, years for something, but then you eventually have to go out and do it. And that can be quite a scary experience.
I would imagine your parents weren't too excited when a 15-year-old you decided to do water escapes.
Not at all. My parents said, "What?"
And yet you did.
And yet you did.
Oh, okay, well, let's see if your four-dimensional routine can earn you a trophy.
Hey, Thomas, the first thing Teller said, we went to try to work on your routine, was he said, "I like that guy." And I said, "Me too." It's so nice, it's good in showbiz to be flashy and come out and do big stuff. But there's also something so nice about just having the goods and standing there and doing it. I really like the austerity and the simplicity, and the likability is just really, really beautiful. I want to tell people watching that Teller, I know you have the color changes and Di Vernon didn't, but a lot of this was written up and certainly credited by Di Vernon. But Teller decided that he was going to learn the cone and the ball routine from Di Vernon. Teller worked on it a while and gave up because it's so damn hard. You are doing bastard hard moves, crazy, insane hard moves. I mean, that's a big ball to be doing the stuff you're doing with. And the moves are just beautiful. And you do it so calmly, so easily. Your pattern's so nice with it. Also, and I think this seems like a minor point, but I think it may be one of the most important, and that is that you're the only magician that ever justified the cone. Most people just take the cone as a given, but it works right into your pattern. So with all the shapes and so on, there's a reason for having that cone there, which really does inform the whole rest of the routine and makes it very, very beautiful. We're so happy to see it. And I'll tell you, Teller would have never gotten that good if he worked the rest of his life. It's really beautiful. But we do know that Di Vernon, we do appreciate your changes, but we also think we know them.
Yep.
So did they say the magic words that mean they know how you did your trick?
Yes, they did.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thomas Solomon!